My question was about relation from ISO 21434 and ASPICE. So in the 21434, we see like the standard is divided or describing so many activities, and also between different groups like uh, organizational management activities or project dependent activities or maybe the development activities and so on. So is there any mapping between all these activities defined from ISO 21434 to these four processes in ASPICE or not?
Okay. Well, there is some mapping available even this in this standard also. If you go through the initial pages, normally you will find some kind of a mapping. But again, at the end of the day, what this processes they cover is they normally cover the process related product risk. So they don't really go too much detail into the technicality whether the particular cybersecurity mechanism is the right one for this particular product. No, it doesn't normally check that kind of a thing. Rather, it normally talks about the process. So there is some kind of a dependency, but I think that was a good question, Ronak. I think in one of the other slides we had this information.
Yeah, it is actually in terms of if you're tier 1 or tier 2 or even in terms of OEM, it would be really ideal to know the relation between the work products, because normally I've seen in my experience that people end up creating multiple work products because they just say that, okay, this process is SPICE tells that I need to have these many work products. 21434 asks me to create these many work products, but there will be certain relation. You can always merge and mix and match. So in that way, I think this is a very good question.
Exactly. I mean, see, there is one particular section in this particular standard which talks about relation to ISO SAE 21434. Can one of you open the PDF and go to page 6? I think that's a good question from Ronak. Okay, so in the beginning we were talking about this particular document. I mean, everybody can access this standard, which is called as Automotive SPICE, Process Reference and Assessment Model for Cybersecurity Engineering. So we have a current version. So here, coming back to the question of Ronak, normally there is a section which is called relation to ISO SAE 21434. Yeah, so there we have some information related to how this particular 6 processes, and they are covering what part of the ISO SAE 21434. So this is where, if you see here, there is a project dependent cybersecurity management. You might be aware, if at all you are you have gone through the ISO SAE 21434, there is a project dependent cybersecurity activities or management part. So there are certain aspects of that standard is being covered by certain generic practices. For example, cybersecurity responsibilities are covered by GP 2.1.5, which normally talks about defined responsibilities and authorities for performing the processes, and so on and so forth. So this is where you can also find the relevant information here. Anyone has any questions?
No, I think, yeah, this is fine.